there's a fundamental need for an individual to recognize the environment, the form, to have sentience of that form in which he resides, or she. And for the most part, humans have not understood that form and have relied upon consensus opinion as to their form or their environment. And there's a fight or flight response, approach or avoid, based upon what gives them pain or pleasure. What gives them pain is something that they avoid. What gives them pleasure is something that they approach. For the longest time, humans have avoided the true form, the true environment in which they live in, based upon pain. They don't want to know. The origin in which they reside, there's some form of denial based upon pain that governs them to avoid, and it is fueled, it is backed by consensus opinion as to their environment. However, without recognizing the true form in which they reside, they have no anchor. They have no rock to stand on. So, whether they like it or not, they need to understand the form in which they reside. It's my earth. And they need to acknowledge that soul representative who teaches them about the true form in which they reside, whether or not it gives them pain or pleasure. This is a level of maturity that they need to acknowledge if they are to preserve themselves. And it doesn't have to be painful. I mean, initially, it's going to be painful because they're going to be faced with rejection and alienation from their peers. But there's always a determining factor involved between the self and the non-self. Always a comparison. I compare myself constantly against the non-self, creator versus the creation. And so do you. You compare yourself to your non-self. So there has to be a parental guiding representative to help govern you into this acknowledgement. Do you understand?